Hey, what's going on, guys? Life Tech here once again with another video of how to, pretty much basic stuff here. We're going to be working on a 01 Lexus IS300, and he has a couple misfires. His engine is shaking really bad when he accelerates, and the engine codes are reading cylinders 1, 2, and 4. So what we're going to go ahead and do is show you guys how to fix this and the procedures to do it. So here we go. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take off this engine cover here, or beauty cover as they like to call it. So we'll go ahead and just do that really quick. 2 10s, or actually 4 10s, sorry. Handy dandy electric ratchet here. Those things go by so much smoother and faster. Move that over to the side. We'll have to put this out of the way. So, you're going to have to remove intake hose here. Pull this hose off here. Anything that's connected, you want to just take it off. This hose off over here to the side. Now, in order to get to the cylinders, we need to remove the throttle body here and the throttle body spacer. So we're going to have to disconnect all the connectors here that hold it on. This one here for the throttle body, this one back here also for the connector. This connector here, it's just on a bracket, so what you're going to want to do is just lift up this tab here and pull it right off. That comes directly off. And then now, what we're going to want to do is, for the throttle body, they have 3 brackets. Well, it's actually 4 bolts with 1 bracket holding on the throttle body. So, 12 millimeter here, 12 millimeter here, one on the bottom right here, and then there's another one on this side over here. So remove those, and then you can take off your throttle body bolt here. There's actually 2. This one's missing on this side over here. So this one, and then you can take it off. Now, once you remove this bracket here, which are the 412s, you're gonna want to take off your throttle cable here. So what you do is you push back on this all the way, pull the cable up and lift it right out of its slot, just like that. So now this pretty much can come out, but you have to take off a couple hoses first. So let's show you that. This hose right here, this one needs to come out in order to pull off the throttle body, and then there's a bracket for the throttle body cable here, 2 10s on the back side that need to come off. So I'll show you that really quick. Just take my handy dandy pliers here. Okay, so once you get this hose pried off here, you can move it to the side. This will actually come loose a little bit. So we still have to take off the 2 10s on the back side of this throttle cable here. Okay, so now once you have the bracket removed from the back, which are the 2 10s, you can pull this out here, and you can kind of just let it hang right down there so it's not in your way. And then for this guy here, you have 1, 2, and 3 12s. Remove this throttle body spacer. So we're going to take off that throttle body spacer now. 312s. This comes right off. So now we have access to the ignition coils and spark plugs. Oh, last thing we need to do is take off this cover here, which is fastened by a couple Allen wrenches, and then we can get to the first ignition coil, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, so if these are too tight, what I like to do is I like to just get a deep set socket, put it on the Allen wrench, and use it as a handle and twist it. Works pretty well for me. Alright, so you got your wires, your 3 ignition coils that run 6 cylinders. The only thing that's holding in the ignition coils is 10mm bolt. So I'm going to remove this one, remove this one, and then for the back side, you're probably going to need a 10 short, because this hose is in the way right here. So we'll go ahead and move that. Might be better to use a 1/4 inch ratchet. Okay, yeah, so for the back one back here, I ended up using a 1/4 inch with short, and was able to remove the 10mm bolt in the back holding the coils in. So now, what you want to do, and what's important, is you want to make sure that you keep all of your wires pretty much in the same position. So what you're going to do is, what I would do is I would just take these out and lay them out exactly how I took them out. So this one's for the back cylinder. Alright, so I took all the coils out and I laid them out exactly how they should be, as if they were in the motor. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You can't really mix them up because all the wires are different lengths, but it's a good idea just to put them back exactly how you took them out. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take out the spark plugs here. You just need an extension with a 5/8 socket here, and just remove them. That's 1, 2, that's going to be 3, 4, 5, and the last one is probably going to need a swivel socket, maybe not. The back one's in there pretty good. So now you can use a magnet, or you can just pull them out by hand. Usually I use a magnet, but these ones are easy and you can pull them out by hand. A magnet or a needle nose pliers set will work to remove them. But yeah, these plugs are pretty fouled. So, got those out. This car is going to take NGK laser iridium, part number IFR 6T114589. Alright, so now that the spark plugs are in, replacement is pretty simple. Just put back exactly how you took them out. So this coil number 6 back here leads all the way around and goes to coil number, or cylinder number 1. Push that in. And then last one here, cylinder number 2 coil. Routes back and goes to cylinder number 5. Pretty simple. Make sure they go all the way in, press them all the way in. What's up, boss? Go ahead and push those all the way in. Screw these ignition coils in with the 10s. These are the plugs for the ignition coils here. I'm going to just put them back, place them in these little brackets here, these wire brackets. So make sure you plug in the ignition coils. You don't want to forget, or else you have the same problem you started with, it's a misfire. And keep going. Plug them all in. Okay, so now that we got everything all nice and dressed in and pretty, the wires, the ignition coils, and the spark plugs are in, you can start putting your things back. So we're going to start here with the throttle body spracer. Remember, it's 312s. Make sure you keep track of all your bolts, that's pretty important. When I first started as a mechanic, I had bolts all over the place, I had tools all over the place, it was a mess. You get used to it, you get tired of losing all your stuff, and eventually you start to keep them all in one place. So I'll just throw them in just a little bit here. Once you get them threaded in, you can use your power tool, save yourself some time. Bam. 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 Done and done with that. So we'll go ahead and put on our throttle body here. Remember, you have a hose also. Coolant hose, and you can't forget to put in. This cable dresser here is in the way, so what I'll do is I'll just hold this here and push this in. There we go. Slid right in like a baby. So now we got to put our throttle body cable bracket back on. So we got the bracket on here. Now we're going to put our cable back in. We're just pretty much just putting everything back together now. So we'll put our bracket back here. for 12mm nuts. So it's pretty fastened down now. Let's start putting all our plugs back in. And that's pretty much the procedure. Spark plugs, wires, and ignition coils. Pretty easy. Just got to put back the intake hose and you're good to go. This is Life Tack with another repair. I hope to see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.